As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the week?
I had to go a little bit different this time. Um, and I thought I was going to put this as this was like I circled this as this is going to be a loser of the week whenever I first heard it. But the more I thought about it, I came around. Big 12 and Brett Yormark with their ideas with what they want to do in Mexico. Now, follow me here. I know that on first thought, a lot of people say, why in the hell would you go play a football game or a basketball game in Mexico? What is the point of that? They are not following along with college football and college basketball in Mexico. But the more I thought about it, especially on the football side, which the first thing that happened was I saw that I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, Mexico had their college football national championship. It was in Monterrey, Mexico. And I saw some clips from the game, and it was a packed house. It was crazy. It was super loud. I didn't get to see what the level of football is, but that doesn't matter. What matters is there is some type of appetite for football in Mexico. And let's be honest, you're not stealing fans from the SEC with the Big 12. You're not stealing fans from the Big 10. Like, fan bases are locked in on their school. The only way to increase market share is to create it. And by going to Mexico, and I don't know, like, television wise, like how rights and stuff like that may work in Mexico, or what their plan really is to monetize it, but I do think that there's something there. I don't know that it's an absolute home run or that they're going to be doing this thing long term, but I think it's at least something to give a try and see if you can find a way to make some money off of it.
Yeah, I think it's creative, and I think it's, is it risky? Sure. But I think this is exactly what Brett Yormark was hired to do. He was supposed to be the out of the box guy that has all these kinds of relationships around the world, right? And personally, and maybe it's just because I do Big 12 radio every day, but I think it's going to work. And one of the reasons why I think it's going to work, you're taking Kansas and Houston and you're going and playing a basketball game in Mexico City. What, in December? That's going to be what, number 1 versus like number 5?
Yeah.
It's going to be one of the best games in all of college basketball all year long.
Big 12 soccer, like they're going to do, what was it, Big 12 Mexico and soccer and stuff. Like, I don't know if they're going to have
they're going to have the Big 12 teams in, I believe it was baseball and women's soccer. They're going to be playing Mexican teams.
Yeah. Like,
which is
exhibition
awesome.
Games, right?
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And
I think
as far as the television distribution, if I understood the press release correctly, leading up to the launch of Big 12 Mexico, throughout this year, Fox Sports and ESPN are going to use like their Spanish speaking channels, like ESPN Deportes, and I think it's called Fox Deportes as well. They're going to push Big 12 stuff out on those channels to start building the bond. Like, it's really interesting. And then you start drilling down into the fact that Endeavor, which is a massive events and talent company, right? Endeavor that did the WWE and the UFC merger, that Endeavor, they're helping them do all of this and put it all together.
Yeah.
And I got a feeling that Brett Yormark knows the people over at Endeavor. Just a feeling.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you've got to think about it. It's the only low hanging fruit that there is. Because like I said, you're not going to all of a sudden start out recruiting the SEC and beating them on the football field consistently. You may have a team that makes a run every now and then. We've seen that. We saw TCU do it a year ago. But you're not going to out-recruit those teams. You're not going to raise more money. You're not going to beat them in NIL. So your TV deal is always going to be well below what theirs is. And if you want to create more revenue for your member institutions, you have to go somewhere else to find some money. And they're picking up the low-hanging fruit. It's not. I don't think it's going to create a massive amount of revenue, at least not early. But it's going to create something. And who knows if something catches on and you create a little bit of a spark there, and you actually can turn it into some real money that makes a difference. I don't think it's an easy way to explore some serious opportunity.
Yeah. And they're partnering with a Mexico City based marketing agency to help them with all that. Right. Those people are going to know what sells, right? In Mexico City.
It's kind of like the equivalent of, I don't know how much Mexico follows hoops or football. I know they follow soccer. So it's almost like, it's like you flip it. And I know they've done some of these where like Manchester United will come through and play some exhibition games or friendlies, and people like go in droves to see that, right? Because you just don't get the opportunity. There's people that follow those things and you just don't get the opportunity to see it in person. So like, I don't know that there's like some, under the radar hunger there for college hoops or college football, but like, I'm sure there's some type of appetite there, and you may find something.
I'd be down. You want to go do the radio call for the Monterey Bowl in 2026?
Where is Monterey?
No clue. No idea.
I'd prefer to do it in Cabo.
Yeah, sign me up.
But yeah, let's go. Let's do it. I'm down.
We'll call Estridge, see if he can make it happen. But in all seriousness, I think it's an out of the box creative idea. And if the Big 12 wants to close the gap between them and the Big 10 and the SEC from a revenue standpoint, they got to get creative, man. And this is certainly creative. And there's also 22 million people in Mexico City. So
yeah, no kidding.
You don't have to get a large percentage of the population to come watch the game. You just got to fill the stadium,
No doubt. And last thing I'll say is, if you want to continue to grow, and you have to continue to grow, it's no secret why the NBA they're doing everything they can to go international, right? To get more international. The NFL, there's a reason the NFL continues to play more and more games in Europe. They're trying to expand the sport and expand viewership, because it may change in the States from one year to another ratings wise, but it's just like moving a little bit. If you really want to change the bottom line, you got to go add millions of people somewhere else. And that's outside of our borders, because everyone right now is they watch what they watch. So
yeah,
that's what everyone's doing.
Yeah. I can't wait to see how it goes. I really can't. All right. Who do you have as your loser of the week?
I thought this was hilarious. There's no bigger slam or insult than when someone, like, you say something about someone and they say they don't know who you are. And Deion Sanders said that about Pat Narduzzi. He did this like Q&A with 247 Sports, and they said, what do you say to people like Pat Narduzzi who have been critical of your roster overhaul? And I think the answer is like really good. He said, what was his situation when he came to Pitt? He had a different situation than me. He's not mad at me. He's mad at the situation in football now that allowed his best player to leave a year ago. He's not mad at me. He's using me to shoot bullets at another coach who he has an issue with. I don't know who he is. If he walked in here right now, I wouldn't know him. I thought that was just a great answer. And like, there's not a whole lot you could say back from that if you're Pat Narduzzi.
What do you say if you're Pat Narduzzi in that situation? Because you absolutely know, especially with how outspoken he's been on some of this stuff. Someone's going to ask him about it.
Oh, yeah.
And there's going to be a camera in his face. And I want to see his reaction real bad.
That's honestly, it's a great answer, though. It's like, he's not mad at me. He's mad at the state of college football, like what we're in right now. And Lincoln Riley.
Yeah. And he's mad at Lincoln. Yeah. But no, that is great. Pat Narduzzi had to see that and go, damn it. And what do you say? It's Deion Sanders. What do you even say? No Everyone comment. Knows who Deion Sanders is.
He'll turn it right back around on you. It may be something that's good. It may be something that's not, but everyone's just going to go, ooh. So you just step away.
Oh, I hope Narduzzi does the exact opposite. I hope he comes guns blazing right back.
He might.
We need the content, Ted. Come on.
I know. Let's do it. Let's go, Narduzzi.
Come on, Narduzzi. Light that fire. Let's go. All right, let's get to my winner and loser. But first,
John Vance Auto Group has been serving Oklahomans for 40 years. Family owned and operated. They got 9 full service dealerships in Woodward, Miami, and Guthrie. No matter what your vehicle needs are, John Vance Auto Group has you covered. They carry domestic brands such as Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, and Wagoneer. John Vance Auto Group's goal is to give unequaled service and to exceed customers' expectations in every way, which is why they have their lifetime loyalty program. Here's how it works. Buy a new or used car from them. All you have to do is get all the manufacturer recommended maintenance done at the Vance dealership, and if something goes wrong with the components of your engine, transmission, drive, axle, or transfer unit, they'll cover the repair costs. It's a great deal. You can browse their entire inventory or find the John Vance dealership near you at vanceautogroup.com.
And First Fidelity Bank is a full-service financial institution based in Oklahoma with tailored solutions for all your personal and business needs. Checking accounts, saving accounts, home loans, and much more. They do it all. Whether it's online banking from your computer or mobile banking from your phone, everything is stress-free with FFB. Making mobile deposits, paying bills online, and moving money to different accounts could not be easier. Ladies and gentlemen, make your life easier and go bank with First Fidelity Bank. Visit ffb.com for more information. All right, for my winner of the week, thought about going with Notre Dame fans. Notre Dame football fans. Ted, they love nothing more than being independent. They want nothing to do with the conference. All you got to do is talk to one. They'll let you know. They don't need a conference. And the news that their athletic director, Jack Swarbrick, will step down in 2024, and he will be replaced by NBC Sports chairman Pete Bavacqua is what I'm going with. Bavacqua?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Nailed it?
Maybe you have the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Bavacqua.
You know what I just realized? Did we skip birthday shout-outs?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to scroll up. We got to, we can't not do them.
Yeah, I didn't know if those were left over from previously.
Oh, no, they're new. They're fresh.
Okay.
Thank goodness I remembered.
Yeah.
I was so excited about OU softball that I just blew right through it.
Yeah, well, it happens.
That's what national championships do to you. I mean, it is what it is. All right, birthday shout-outs real quick. Happy first birthday to Paxton Garrell.
Happy 7th birthday to Jackson Wilson.
Happy 29th birthday to Sheldon Lee.
And happy 55th birthday to Jim Stone.
Okay, back to Notre Dame. So Jack Swarbrick, their AD, announced he's going to be out early 2024. NBC Sports chairman Pete Bavacqua is taking over. And I got to assume he's taken over because he's there to get Notre Dame a new sweet TV deal. And when you hire a guy like that, doesn't seem like he's going to be interested in taking them into a conference. He's there to get the best deal put together that he possibly can. I'm assuming, since he's coming from NBC, that it is going to be with NBC like it has been. But the ACC is the big loser in all this, right? That was their hope. They're in that terrible TV deal. It's like, what if we can lure the Irish? It ain't happened. Bavacqua, very instrumental in getting the Big Ten TV deal done with NBC. Just something to remember. But thought it all was pretty interesting.
That is interesting. I wonder what their TV deal is going to look like, because it's been pretty crazy that they've been well behind what most other major conference schools get. And it's just going to be very difficult for them to continue to remain competitive. They've done a really good job, but I think it's going to be harder and harder with less money. I'm interested to see what that deal becomes.
Yeah, no, it's certainly something to keep our eye on.
Even if it's a $50 million a year deal, you're still going to be losing what, 20 plus million a year to your competition. That's hard to deal with, man.
The price of independence, Ted.
Yeah.
The price of can you put a price on not being in a conference, Mr. Lehman? Can you?
Well,
Notre Dame people love that, man. They really
not
do.
For Notre Dame, but for me, you sure as hell can. I can put a price on it.
I hear you. I also thought about going with Nikola Jokic. He's the best basketball player in the world. Nuggets up 2-1 now. Technically, when this comes out, it'll be Friday. So game 4 is tonight. Who knows what happens? But Jokic 32, 21 and 10 in game 3. And I think he's king of the castle in the NBA. I don't think anyone he's not as athletic as Giannis, obviously, but damn, he's good, man. He's the best player in the NBA. He's better than KD. He's better than Giannis. When you're putting up numbers like that in the finals, when that was the one box you had left to check off, he is the best player in the league.
I agree. Is this the first time in history the best player in the league has been an international player? I don't.
Yes.
Was the only other guy I could think of was Dirk, and I mean he was right.
That's
there,
true.
But I don't know that he was necessarily the best in the world during his era.
Their championship year, when he carried the Mavs to the championship, that was
incredible.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
Right. That's one of the all-time performances, all-time playoff runs we've ever seen in the NBA. Now, Steve Nash was a 2-time MVP. Remember, he's Canadian, so technically international. I don't think anyone thought Steve Nash was the best player in the league.
Right.
Then. But I don't think anyone thought that. Now, he won MVP, and you can never take it from him. But Kobe was playing, But
yeah.
I don't think if anyone would say, no, give me Nash. I don't want Kobe. Come on.
Well, I know there's never been an international player who's been the best player in the NBA while also looking like he's going to pass out from exhaustion as he runs up and down the court.
But somehow also never getting tired. He looks exhausted constantly, but he's never tired.
I know.
How's that possible?
It looks like he's always about to either fall over from exhaustion or fall over from stumbling on himself. Yet the ball finds someone that's wide open for an easy bucket, or he makes the shot. It's incredible.
His decision-making with the basketball, I won't lie, I've been showing Cam clips. Like, hey, watch this guy. You're probably going to be ground bound like this guy. This is how you hoop, son. Look at how it look at this. Look at the anticipation. Look at the vision. When he gets a mismatch, look how he goes and he attacks. You got it. Now, my son's probably not going to be 7 feet tall, but still
Maybe.
good to start him young. He plays beautiful basketball, man. It's really fun to watch. I really enjoy it. It looks weird, man, but I really enjoy it.
I need to send you this. There's this kid on Twitter. I think it's Twitter, maybe it's TikTok, but I see it on Twitter. And him and his friend like imitate all of these NBA guys, and they were doing him and why am I drawing a blank? The other guy on Denver's team,
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray. It was like this is Jokic and Jamal Murray. So it's like Jokic and Jamal Murray be like, and then it shows this video. It is so funny. It's hilarious. I'll have to send it to you. He does a perfect Jokic. It's great.
Jamal Murray also very good in Game 3.
Yes.
And got a little court warner.
30-point triple doubles?
Yeah, just a couple of them. No big deal. Also, Jamal Murray now, I don't know if you saw court burned on his hand, shaped exactly like the state of Oklahoma. How about that?
Huh.
I don't know what it means.
It's not easy to do.
No, not easy at all. And if you haven't seen it, go look it up, people. Looks exactly like it. So
is he a free agent coming up? Is that what that means? I don't know. Yeah,
no. Unfortunately not. We'd
take
him.
Going nowhere.
Yeah. All right, but my winner of the week. We don't talk much soccer on here, man. Messi.
It's crazy.
Leaving PSG, has signed with Inter Miami of the MLS. Turned down Barcelona, or if one of your friends studied abroad there, Barcelona. And also reportedly turned down $1.6 billion from the Saudis.
That's crazy.
Which is just an insane power move. But it does sound like he's getting some pretty sweet stuff for signing there with Miami. I saw, according to ESPN's Jeff Carlisle, I guess he's got the option for some part ownership. And remember, Beckham owns a big piece of that. David Beckham is the one who owns
the whole thing.
The whole thing.
So when he signed his contract,
is it like $25 million or something like that?
In order to get him, he had an option to buy a franchise for $25 million. And at the time, they just had 16 teams. Now they've got 29, I think. And the team he bought for $25 million is valued at $600 million.
That'll work.
And I wonder what it's valued at now with Lionel Messi.
Yeah,
you see the ticket prices?
Yeah. They also got 5 million Instagram followers in like 24 hours. 5 million more.
Yeah, that's right. Because doesn't Messi have like more social media followers than anyone in the world?
Well, it's either him or Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of Ronaldo.
It's them too, though.
Yeah.
But so he's definitely going to be in the ownership, right? Mm-hmm. He'd be stupid to turn that down. And then I guess he's getting a cut of new subscribers that subscribe to the MLS streaming thing on Apple TV Plus.
Like there might be 1 billion people in the world subscribed to it.
So I don't know what the cut looks like, but man, it's an interesting deal. And I saw some of the quotes he put out, and it's not technically a done deal, but he's announced it publicly. Like, I don't think he's going to back out of it or anything like that. But it's so interesting because the quotes, it basically makes it sound like he wants to live a normal life. And in America, people just don't care about him and soccer as much. And he likes that. I don't know. That was kind of me reading in between the lines.
You know, it is interesting. He is, if not one of the most famous people in the history of the world of all time.
Think that's fair.
And he could probably walk into the Walmart neighborhood market in Norman and no one in there would know who the hell he is. maybe one or two people.
Yeah, I think very few people. Like, he could walk around an OU football game and
all he'd have to do, if he put a hat on or something, game over.
He's not a big guy either.
No.
Now, maybe the tattoos would give it away, but
let me ask you this, though.
I think he can just live a little bit more of a normal life here.
Well, he says that, but he went to Miami.
Yeah, whatever normal is for one of the most famous people on planet Earth.
Yeah, I know somebody who's buying a ranch in Montana, Mr. Messi. Honestly, though, like, here's what I don't know because I don't follow it. He's 35. I know he just won the World Cup. Where's his skill level at right now?
Better than anyone in the MLS, probably.
Yeah.
No offense to those guys.
It's not like when Beckham came, he was pretty washed at the time, right?
Yeah, I don't think now he's not at the peak of his powers, but I don't think that he's washed because PSG, they won their league. Now, it didn't go well for him in the Champions League, but they won their league. Now he's got Neymar and Mbappe on his team. That also helps.
Yeah,
but
I'd say so.
But it is, I mean, I think he's still got it a little bit. He's not 27 anymore.
You're telling me that Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar are all on the same team?
Correct.
Okay, I didn't know that. Shows what I know.
And he didn't go back to Barcelona. They've had some financial issues there.
Well, I think it's an awesome move for him, and it's, I don't know. I was about to say it may be a bit lower pressure way to end out his career. Like, I don't know how he approaches that, and I don't know. I think it's fascinating though. Like, that's a damn coup for MLS.
Can you imagine how happy the other MLS owners are?
Oh my God.
It's the best day of those guys' lives.
It's like, yeah, we gave David Beckham a $600 million franchise for $25 million, but that's nothing compared to what the possibilities are with. Now, they better capitalize on it though. Like, he's like, how long is he going to play? Right. People aren't going to stream MLS forever if they don't. And I think they've continued to get better and better. So no, I think it's awesome.
Yeah. More of those MLS guys are starting to get, for lack of a better term, purchased by some of the European clubs. So it does seem like MLS has gained steam, and the depth of the talent's getting better. So, dude, I know this. I'm probably going to watch some MLS. It's too interesting. It's too interesting not to watch him.
Yeah.
We're all going to want to see what it looks like. I know I am.
What is OKC still trying to get a stadium built?
Yeah, that's part of that maps
for MLS. Well, I know they tried, and it was like they kept like beating it around. I just didn't know where they were at on. I hadn't heard anything in a while.
We'll check in with our buddy Mayor David Holt, see what the latest update is.
Need to.
Yeah. All right. For my loser of the week, thought about going with whatever the College Football Players Association is. I don't know who these people are. Just stay out of the way, guys. Stop telling these college football players not to take the money for the EA Sports College Football video game. Stop it. Stop it. You're trying to ruin it for all of us. $500 is fine for them. You're so annoying. Stop it. Leave it be. Damn it.
Let's start something that's called, like, what are they called? The College Football Players Union. Like, we could call ours like the
Podcasters Union of America.
Something, and we'll just like release something that says all the players are actually going to take the 500. We've advised everyone to take the $500. There's nobody in the College Football Players Association. There's nobody in that. Like, what is that? Who are they advising?
I do not know. All I know is they're giving bad advice.
They're not employees. There is no union. There are no benefits. There's nothing there. They don't advise shit. Right?
Correct.
It's just some group of people releasing a statement.
Yeah.
Because pretty much every college football player I've seen has said, "No, I'll take the $500 and be in the game, please."
Yeah. I would like to be in the game because it's awesome. And that's the thing, man. Just give us the game. That's all the guys want. Give them a free copy of the game. Give them their $500 and let's get the best game on planet Earth back. That's it. Get out of the way. What are you called again? College Football Players Association. Get out of the way. Stop it. Stop poisoning these young men's minds with these ridiculous ideas.
Here's the two options. This option over here, you get $500. You're in a game. You'll have like skills and all of that crap. It'll be cool. Like you can play, as yourself or as your teammates. It's awesome. The other option over here is that they make the game anyway. You're not in it. You get no money. 7 seconds after it's released, everyone like has these uploaded rosters anyways, and you've got nothing to show for it. Just take the money.
Take the money.
They're going to make it anyways.
And there is nothing more fun than arguing in the locker room with the guys on your team about everyone's rankings.
Right.
Whether it's right or wrong, Ted, my senior year, I was one of the few guys that was in the 90s, and it literally gave me street cred in the locker room.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I felt really good about myself. Now, they made my arms way too big, but I wasn't mad about it. But I was like, yeah, it was legitimately a talking point in the locker room. Don't rob these kids of that. It's so fun.
That's great. Yeah. Let's not be stupid. Don't take away from I don't know how many college football players are. There's a ton of them. Don't take away from all of those guys because a small handful of the stars at the top think they need more than $500.
Yeah. Don't be silly. Come on.
That's
all right.
What you're going to love about a union is you all get to make the same type of deals.
Correct. Just let them opt in or opt out. And Caleb Williams should just say, I'm opting in, but you got to put me on the cover. And they'll probably go, okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Do it that way. All right. My loser of the week. Follow me on this, Ted. The SEC. Because I poke fun at the Big Ten quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right? They think they're better than everyone else. They think they're so much smarter than everyone else. Remember, let's not forget they tried to cancel football in 2020. Never forget. But I kind of think they crushed it with the schedule. Now, calling it the Flex Protected Plus model, I don't know if that's a joke title or a real thing. I keep seeing it, though.
Oh, that's my identity protection plan that I just bought.
The Flex Protected Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get that from our friends over at Insurica. But I mean, it just sounds ridiculous.
So stupid.
It sounds ridiculous.
I don't know how some of this stuff makes it out of these committees or these groups. Flex Protected Plus.
I don't know if that's the real name, but I've seen it everywhere. It's definitely a thing. But the bottom line is the SEC came out and said, hey, we're staying with 8. And the Big Ten came out and said, we're doing 9. We're going divisionless. And they gave us the home and away. And so you eliminate divisions, which, man, it felt like the Big Ten East was really the stronger division in that. And now that's not the case. Will we get Ohio State and Michigan back-to-back some years? Absolutely. I'm sure we will. But I love it. 9 conference games. They said every Big Ten team will play every other Big Ten team twice, home and away, in a 4-year span. It's exactly how it should be. Exactly how it should be. It's not that hard, SEC. Big Ten was able to do it. Even though they gave it a goofy ass name, they were able to do it. Not that hard.
They have eliminated themselves from winning a national championship in 2024, 2025, though, with the 9-game conference schedule. If history holds, no, I think it's
not Bama having 90% 4 and 5 stars. It's the 9-game schedule. You're right. You're right.
It's that Vanderbilt game that they're going to add. It seems so simple, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone in the conference plays everyone every home and away every 4 years. Every kid gets to see every stadium in the conference. Very easy, long as you mix it up right. Now, I did think it's funny, which stuff like this is why I hate the suits, man. I hate the suits. If you're playing 9 conference games, you're going to have 5 home 1 year, 4 road, or 5 road and 4 home. Wouldn't you know that Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State all have 5 home games to start things off in 2024? It's just so predictable. It's like they never and I get it. It's money. Everyone wants to serve up their best teams, right? But I hate schedule manipulation with a passion.
They're trying their best. I do think the way that they're treating UCLA and USC, like every Big Ten team will play in LA in 2024 or 2025. Mm-hmm. I think that's smart, right? I think that
was USC UCLA a protected game?
Yeah. And that was the whole thing. Don't worry. They put their Big Ten touch on this thing, right? Protected 11 games. I think it was 10 out of the 16 teams had 1 or fewer protected games, while Iowa's got 3. It's just they made it entirely too complicated. But at the end of the day, they're giving college football fans what we want. We want to see these teams play each other on a more consistent basis. That's what we want. And we want to see the best teams playing for a conference title, and ultimately the best teams going to a college football playoff when it expands.
That's it.
And that's what, even though they gave it a really goofy name and made it very complicated for us to follow with what games are protected and what's not, but they accomplished what I believe college football fans want.
Yeah. It's the timing of it's great too, right? Like right after the SEC has this, what show about voting, who's going to vote for an 8-game versus a 9-game. And then you get this stupid clip of Billy Lucci at Texas A&M talking about how A&M's, it's like a line in the sand. They're going to play that first Texas game in College Station, arguing over the stupidest things ever. No one cares about that crap at all. Just play 9 games, right? We'll protect the rivalries, whatever we got to do. It's just you want to see me slam my face into a desk, put me in a room with all these idiots, arguing and negotiating, trying to put themselves forward in scheduling. It'd be horrible.
I will say this. I'm very excited for OU to make the move to the SEC, right? It's the best conference in college football. I don't think anyone's going to debate you on that. But the Big Ten's going to play more conference games.
Right.
And they're going to make more TV money. More good games.
Yeah.
And more revenue.
Yeah.
But the SEC is the best conference in college football. Okay.
Depends how you
just saying. Just saying. No, the SEC's got the best players. I mean, just The NFL draft numbers tell that story, but I do
Yep.
find it interesting. That cannot sit well with Greg Sankey. Right? The Big Ten's getting more money than you, and now they're getting all this praise for.
He tried. He told everyone. I mean, that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
won in 9, but he wasn't able to get it done.
Mm.
And old Tony Petiti got it done.
Nice.
Been on the job for like 3 days. Just saying.
Impressive. Outmaneuvered, SEC. Outmaneuvered.
Yeah. The last thing I'll say about this, you think when Lincoln took that job, he thought, yeah, road games at Rutgers and Maryland, that sounds awesome. I still want to know if he knew that this was coming. He had to have, right?
No.
You're right.
No. I mean,
does he take the job if he would have known? Someone should ask. I pop out of nowhere at a USC news conference. Question in the back.
Well, he didn't know about the SEC move. And he said he did. And I don't like the way it came out. It sounded like with the move to the Big Ten with USC, like it sounded like it was kind of the same type of thing. Like, I don't know. Maybe they may have told him that we're like, maybe there's a chance. I don't know. Maybe he did know. I don't know. It didn't seem like it.
All I know is whoever they hire, remember that athletic director, he's out. That sounded like he was a little creepy. Whoever they hire, number one job is to keep Lincoln Riley happy.
Keep him from taking that Chargers job.
Yeah.